The street fighter is staring at Mike Tyson. 3 punches from now an ambulance will arrive. But right now he thinks he's unbeatable. Brownsville, Brooklyn, summer night, late 80s. The air is thick with humidity that makes clothes stick to skin and sweat bead instantly. Streetlights cast orange glow on cracked pavement and broken sidewalks littered with trash. Music drifts from open windows on every floor of the project buildings rising on both sides of the street. Reggae from one apartment, hip-hop from another, R&B from a third, all mixing together into the chaotic soundtrack of the neighborhood. Bass lines vibrating through brick walls hard enough to rattle windows in their frames. Groups of people sit on building stoops, talking loud over the music, laughing, drinking from bottles wrapped in brown paper bags to hide the labels. Kids still playing even though it's past 10 at night, running between parked cars, playing tag, screaming, ignoring parents calling them inside for bed. Old men playing dominoes on a folding table under a flickering streetlight, slamming pieces down hard on the table, talking competitive trash back and forth. This is Brownsville. This is the neighborhood Mike Tyson grew up in. The streets that shaped him into who he is. That made him tough and mean before boxing made him skilled and disciplined. That taught him how to survive by any means before Customato taught him how to fight properly with technique. Tonight, Mike isn't here as the heavyweight champion of the world. Isn't here for cameras or interviews or photo opportunities or publicity stunts. No publicist walking beside him managing every word. No security detail watching his back constantly. No handlers with clipboards telling him where to go and what to do. He's just visiting his old block, checking on people who knew him before everything changed forever. Before the fame, before the money, before the championship belt. Before his face was plastered on every magazine cover and billboard in America. When he was just a scared kid, small for his age, chubby, wearing thick glasses that other kids made fun of constantly, getting bullied every single day by everyone bigger and stronger, getting beat up after school regularly, getting his lunch money stolen every week without fail. Some of those people are still here, still living in the same buildings, same apartments even, still dealing with the same poverty and violence. Mike helps when he can, brings money quietly, no cameras, no press releases, just cash in plain envelopes, pays someone's overdue rent so they don't get evicted, buys groceries for families struggling to eat, does it all without wanting credit or recognition, just remembering where he came from and taking care of his own people. He's standing outside the corner bodega with 3 guys he grew up with, Marcus, Dante, Jerome. They've known Mike since elementary school. Since before boxing, before cuss, before everything. They remember the scared kid with glasses who couldn't fight back against anyone, who cried when bigger kids took his money and pushed him down, who got jumped regularly just for existing. Now they're just talking, catching up on life, laughing about old times, old memories that bond them. Remember when we stole candy from Mr. Chen's store and he chased us 3 blocks waving a broom? Remember when we broke Mrs. Rodriguez's window playing stickball and had to hide for a week? Remember when Dante fell in that open manhole? Normal conversation between old friends. Stories they've told 100 times but never get old. Mike is relaxed. Really truly relaxed. More relaxed than he's been in months. The pressure of being champion is exhausting and constant. Always having to be on. Always representing. Always proving himself. But here he can just be Mike for a few hours. Not Mike Tyson the Destroyer. Just Mike from Brownsville. Just a regular guy hanging with his boys on a Saturday night. He's wearing normal clothes. Nothing expensive or flashy. Faded blue jeans with a small hole in one knee. Black t-shirt with no logo or brand name. White sneakers that have seen better days. Scuffed and dirty. No jewelry except a simple Casio watch. No gold chains. No diamond rings. No flashy earrings. Nothing that screams I have money. Nothing that makes him a target. Just trying to blend in, to be invisible for once. But that's impossible now. His face is too famous, too recognizable. People keep walking past and doing double takes. Wait, is that Mike Tyson? Yeah, that's him. Some approach nervously, respectfully. Excuse me, Mr. Tyson. Can I get an autograph? Mike always says yes, always stays polite, signs whatever they hand him. Napkins, receipts, torn cardboard, takes photos, shakes hands, thanks them for support. He understands this is part of the deal, but inside he just wants peace. Down the street, maybe 50 yards away, a crowd starts forming. Small at first, 10 people, then 20, then 30, getting bigger every second. Voices rising, getting louder, more excited, more aggressive. The kind of crowd that forms around something worth watching, around a fight or some kind of drama. Marcus notices first, stops talking mid-sentence. Yo, something's happening over there. Some kind of fight probably. We should check it out. Mike shrugs, not really interested. He sees enough fighting, does it for a living professionally, gets punched in the face 6 or 7 times a year in front of millions. But Marcus is already walking toward the noise. Curious, can't help himself. Dante and Jerome follow. Mike goes too, reluctantly. They push through the growing crowd. 30 people, 40, more coming, forming a rough circle in the middle of the street, blocking both lanes of traffic. Cars can't pass. Drivers honking, yelling. Nobody cares. Everyone focused on the center. A man stands in the middle. Big man. Impossible to miss. 6'2" at least. Maybe 230 pounds. Thick everywhere. Chest like a barrel. Arms like tree trunks. Shoulders wide and heavy. Built like someone who's been in 100 street fights, and won most of them. He's wearing a white tank top completely soaked through with sweat. Dark with moisture. Sticking to his skin. His knuckles are marked up. Fresh blood on both hands. Cuts across the knuckles. His face has damage too. Cut above his left eye leaking red. Swelling on his right cheek already purpling. Split lip bleeding. But despite all that he's smiling. Big wide smile showing gold teeth. 3 gold caps right in front catching the light. Standing tall over another man who's sitting on the pavement. That man is holding his face with both hands. Blood coming from his nose. Running down over his lips and chin. Dripping onto his shirt. He's not getting up. Not trying. Just sitting there defeated. Broken. Accepting he lost. The big man raises both arms high. Victory pose. Like a gladiator. The crowd erupts. Cheering loud. Whistling. Clapping. Yelling his name. Curtis. 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 Money starts changing hands immediately. Fast. Bills coming out of pockets. 10s. 20s. 50s. Bets being settled. Winners collecting from losers. This is a street fight. Organized but illegal. For money and reputation. Winner takes cash and glory. Loser takes pain and shame. The big man's name is Curtis. Everyone in Brownsville knows Curtis. Knows his reputation. He's a legend in this neighborhood. Has been for years. Fighting on these exact streets since he was 18. 8 years ago. Bare knuckle boxing. No gloves to protect hands or soften punches. No mouthguard. No headgear. No padded floor. No rules at all. No weight classes. No referee stopping it when someone's hurt. Just 2 men agreeing to fight, and whoever quits or can't continue loses. Winner takes the money. Loser takes the damage. Curtis has built a serious reputation over those 8 years. 53 fights total. 53 wins. Perfect undefeated record. Never lost once. Not even close. Never even been knocked down. Never been seriously hurt beyond cuts and bruises. He'll fight anyone who challenges him. Any size. Any weight. Any age. Makes no difference to him. He's got heavy hands that hit like hammers. A chin that seems unbreakable. Years of experience reading opponents. Knowing when to press. When to back off. When to finish someone. Nobody in Brownsville challenges Curtis anymore. Everyone knows better. Too good. Too experienced. Too mean. Curtis sees Mike standing in the crowd. Sees him through the mass of people. Recognition flashes across his face immediately. Unmistakable. He knows exactly who that is. Everyone knows. Mike Tyson's face is everywhere. Curtis points directly at Mike. Arm extended. Finger aimed. Yo. Yo Mike Tyson. His voice is loud. Cuts through all the noise. The entire crowd turns at once. Everyone following Curtis's finger. Conversations stop mid-sentence. Everyone looking at Mike now. Staring. Whispering. That's really him. Curtis walks toward Mike. Confident. Swagger in his step. The crowd parts automatically. Creates a clear path. Mike doesn't move. Doesn't step back. Just stands there calm. Face neutral. Watching Curtis approach. Curtis stops about 5 feet away. Close but not touching. You Mike Tyson, right? The heavyweight champion? Mike nods once. Simple.
Yeah, that's me. Curtis grins wide, gold teeth catching the streetlight. I heard all about you, man. Everyone talks about you. Whole city talks about you. Baddest man on the planet, they say. Heavyweight champion of the world. Knocking everybody out in the first round. His tone isn't respectful, isn't admiring. There's something else underneath. Mockery, challenge, testing. Mike says nothing, doesn't respond, just looks at Curtis, studies him. Curtis keeps talking, filling the silence. I've been fighting out here 8 years. Right here on these exact streets. 53 fights total. Won every single one of them. Undefeated. Never lost. Not even close. You know why? Because I fight for real. This is real fighting. No rules out here. No gloves protecting your hands. No referee jumping in when it gets dangerous. You fight in a ring. Padded floor. Ropes. Referee watching every move. That's sport, man. That's not real. This is real. Street fighting. First visible sign of reaction. Marcus leans in close. Whispers so only Mike hears. Yo, Mike. Let's go, man. Let's just leave. Not worth it. But Mike doesn't move. Doesn't look at Marcus. Keeps his eyes locked on Curtis. Curtis sees this. Sees Mike isn't backing down. Isn't leaving. Good. That's what he wanted. Wanted to see if the champion has heart. You probably real good in that ring. Curtis steps closer. 3 feet between them now. With your rules and gloves and referee. But out here, no protection? I don't think you'd last. I think I'd beat you. I really think that. The crowd goes completely silent. Dead silent. This is direct public disrespect. Challenge. Curtis is questioning Mike's ability. His toughness. In Mike's own neighborhood. Mike feels something rising in his chest. That old familiar feeling. That Brooklyn anger he thought he'd controlled. The rage from childhood. From being bullied. From fighting for respect before Curtis found him. Curtis taught him to control it. Channel it. But Curtis is pushing. Making it impossible to walk away. You don't want to do this. Mike's voice is quiet. Controlled. Curtis laughs. Why? You scared, champ? Mike shakes his head. You don't understand what you're asking for. Curtis gets closer. Inches away now. Right in Mike's face. I understand. I'm asking to beat Mike Tyson's ass right here. Show everyone you're just hype. Mike looks directly into Curtis's eyes. Sees the confidence. The belief he can win. Curtis has never lost. Never been tested by real skill. Thinks his street experience equals professional training. He's wrong. About to learn how wrong. Mike takes 1 step back. Creates space. His voice is still quiet. If we do this, you understand, I'm not responsible for what happens. Curtis laughs again. Man, let's just fight. Let's see who's really tougher. The crowd starts chanting. Low at first, then building. Fight. 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 Getting louder. More insistent. Mike looks around. Sees people he grew up with. Neighbors. Some excited. Some worried. They know what Mike is now. Marcus tries one more time. Yo, Mike, come on. Walk away. You got nothing to prove. But Mike knows he can't. Not after being challenged publicly. If he leaves, word spreads. Mike Tyson back down. Can't let that happen. All right. Mike says it very quietly. But everyone hears. The chanting stops immediately. Instant silence. Curtis' smile gets bigger. That's what I wanted, champ. Someone in the crowd yells out. Bets. Money starts moving instantly. Bills coming out. Most going on Curtis. Hometown guy. Undefeated. Proven. Mike doesn't care. The crowd forms a tighter circle. 20 feet of space. Curtis pulls off his tank top. Throws it into the crowd. His torso is thick. Scarred. 8 years of street fights written on his skin. He raises his fists. Street stance. Weight on his back foot. Hands high. Natural fighter instinct from years of brawling. Mike doesn't take off his shirt. Doesn't adjust anything. Just stands there. Hands loose at his sides. Feet shoulder width apart. Balanced. Breathing steady. Completely relaxed. Curtis starts bouncing on his toes. Loosening up. Getting ready. Come on, champ. Show me what you got. Show me that championship boxing everyone talks about. Let's see if you're really the baddest man on the planet. Or if that's just talk. Let's see if you can really. Mike moves. 3 quick steps. Faster than Curtis can process. 2 quick punches. The situation ended instantly. Curtis went down. The crowd froze. Complete silence. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. The undefeated street fighter was on the ground. Mike stood there, breathing normal, hands back at his sides. People rushed forward, voices rising. Mike backed away, turned, walked into the night. Nobody stopped him. Nobody said anything. Just watched him disappear down the block. Word spread fast after that night. Curtis recovered. He's fine. But he doesn't talk about his record anymore. Doesn't challenge people. Those 53 wins feel different now. Sometimes 3 seconds is all it takes to learn the difference between confidence and competence.